Here, we don't just follow the headlines, we decode the data, dissect the charts, and serve up insights you can trade on. If you're serious about outpacing the market and cutting through the noise, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Let's dive in. Today's video unveils 1. Why CME's XRP futures could catapult institutional inflows without you ever owning a single token. 2. The jaw-dropping 600% surge in XRP on-chain activity, and what it tells us about real adoption. 3. Key price levels to watch as bulls and bears collide, plus the one technical signal traders are missing. Stay tuned till the end, because I'll share how Coinbase's futures rollout ties into the SEC's looming decision, and what that means for your portfolio. 1. CME launches XRP futures on May 19. Yesterday, CME Group, world's largest derivatives exchange, took to X, formerly Twitter, to announce that XRP futures go live May 19. These won't just be vanilla contracts. They'll range from 2,500 XRP micro lots up to 50,000 XRP standard contracts. Why is this seismic? Institutional traders locked out of spot XRP for regulatory concerns can now bet on price direction * without touching the token. That means new liquidity pools. Every contract traded requires margin, translating to fresh capital flowing into XRP's ecosystem. Commodity treatment. CME categorizing XRP alongside oil, gold, and Bitcoin futures legitimizes XRP in the eyes of conservative funds. ETF catalyst. Once futures markets mature and show robust volume, the SEC historically green lights ETFs, paving the way for an XRP ETF approval in 2025. CME Group tweet. Starting May 19, trade-regulated, capital-efficient futures on XRP, available in larger and micro-sized contracts for precise exposure. This development alone can nudge XRP from fringe asset to mainstream institutional vehicle. 2. 600% on-chain surge. Real activity or whales at play? Concurrently, on-chain data exploded. Network payment volume and transaction count spiked nearly 600% over 4 days. In the last 24 hours, 838 million XRP moved peer-to-peer across 11.7 million transactions, levels unseen since last year's peak. What's driving this? Whale reallocation. Large holders shuffling funds ahead of the CME launch. Retail FOMO. Smaller investors piling in on hype, sending microtransactions skyward. DeFi integrations. New bridges and liquidity pools on DEXs attracting programmatic transfers. Either way, when you see both volume and transaction count surge in tandem, it signals genuine network engagement, not just a handful of whales playing games. That kind of activity often prefaces sustained price rallies. 3. Price reaction. Reclaiming $2.25 or battling the bears. After pushing to $2.25 in the recent upswing, XRP tumbled back to $2.18 amid broader market pressure. Now, price is carving out a tight consolidation between $2.15 support and $2.30 resistance. Here's what the charts reveal. Higher lows. Every pullback since $2.18 has found buyers, forming ascending support bullish. RSI at 47, below the neutral 50 line, but gearing up for a potential bounce if it crosses back above. ADX at 14, trend strength is weak, indicating consolidation, often a calm before the storm. If bulls can defend $2.15 and RSI pushes above 50, we could see a rapid run toward $2.50, then test the all-time high near $3.84. Conversely, a break below $2.15 risks a sharper drop to the $2 zone. We break down every futures launch, on-chain explosion, and ETF rumor, so you can stay 2 steps ahead. 4. Coinbase and the CFTC, futures everywhere. Coinbase recently received CFTC approval to list XRP futures, marking the first major U.S. spot exchange to offer derivatives on XRP. With both Coinbase and CME in play, we're about to see diverging liquidity pools, retail-driven futures on Coinbase, institutional-grade contracts on CME. Basis trades, arbitrage desks capturing price differentials between spot and futures. Open interest growth. Watch OI charts soar. Rising OI typically confirms new money entering the market, not just position reshuffling. This twin launch scenario underscores growing confidence in XRP, and it all hinges on the SEC's next move on Ripple's case. A favorable outcome could unleash a tidal wave of capital. 5. The SEC's Ripple verdict, the final catalyst. Rumors swirl that the SEC's settlement with Ripple could land any day now. If that happens, spot listings resume, U.S. exchanges relist XRP, unlocking massive retail demand. Short squeeze. Shorts caught off guard by renewed buying could fuel a rapid squeeze. Institutional stamp. Legal clarity persuades pensions and hedge funds to allocate to XRP. Combine that with futures momentum and on-chain vigor, and you've got all the ingredients for a runaway rally. Let's recap. 1. CME XRP futures on May 19 opened the institutional floodgates. 2. 600% on-chain spike signals authentic network engagement, not just headline chasing. 3. Chart patterns. Watch $2.15 support, $2.30 resistance, and RSI above 50 for bullish conviction. 4. Dual futures launch from Coinbase and CME creates layered liquidity and arbitrage opportunities. 5. SEC settlement remains the wildcard. If it lands positive, expect explosive upside. If you're fired up about XRP's next chapter, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button for real-time alerts on every futures debut, on-chain milestone, and ETF announcement. You won't find this depth of analysis anywhere else. Thanks for watching, Crypto Commanders. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and as always keep stacking those gains.